All right, hello. So this is hello Rose. This is gonna be my checkpoint for assignment 3. Yeah, I just made a PowerPoint with the questions on them. I'm just gonna answer them for you. Yeah, so let's begin. So basically, um, to show you what every single page would look like. So I just drew this up. I know this is really similar to the example one, but basically, I'll just try to explain it. So pretty much, I have my home page here with all of my shoe brands. So I'm going to be selling shoes. So yeah, so these are just the shoe brands that I want to sell. Each one will have four shoes for that brand. So yeah, four shoes for Nike, Adidas, and stuff. So yeah, so my homepage it'll be basically like the index. Yeah, so this will be the first thing that they see. From there, they'll just choose what they want pretty much. And so if they choose Jordans, they'll go to the Jordans one. I am planning on I'm either going to do the nav bar, kind of like the example that in the assignment 3 code examples, or like a sidebar, kind of like yeah, like just on the side, basically. But I'm still deciding just because the nav bar might seem a little easier just because it's there. But anyways, yeah, so I have all of these down. So pretty much um, from there, it's just kind of like my normal products display page. You could just select the item you want and press there be a submit. I didn't write it down. So from there, they can actually visit the cart, or there's actually two options. So they can either they could either just log in, or they can go to the cart. If they choose to log in from the products display page, it'll go just through the regular login procedure slash register procedure. It'll check if username password's correct, or if the registered info is all good. Um, Once either of those are successful, it'll just go back to the products display. And this time we would actually keep this information, at least the username information, into the sessions. Um, at least that one for now, yeah. I don't know why I would. I mean, I don't even, yeah, maybe just the username for now. But so from there, so once they successfully log in, we'll take the username data, store it into the sessions. So now it would look more something like this. So where if they go back to the products, it'll have, one of the brands, and it'll show the hi user, like hi username, so hi, ITM352, and a logout option. Pretty much for the logout, I think what I'm planning on doing is either having another variable just for like the login status, whether they're logged in or not, or just maybe expiring the username so that if there is no username in the session, um, it wouldn't show that option. It'll just show the login. But yeah, and from there, so yeah, once they logged in, they'll have this up. Or they could even go to the cart. So they don't have to log in. So my choice is that they could still view their cart, but not have to log in. So from here, so I wrote down the numbers, kind of, not really that great, but pretty much my idea is to have all of their products listed out with their quantities, um, and then maybe like the price and stuff, obviously. But from here, I'm actually planning on taking that data and putting it into a text box, kind of like a text box form, and then just mapping that data into the text box fields based on that like product, on that the brand, like the key, so like that keys um kind of like array. So if you look at Jordan, it's like one, two, three, four. So only on the third Jordan there's a value. So like it would be like, so if a value is greater than 0, it'll print out the cart. So yeah, so it'll just, and then this thing will just tie to like the ith, like the like that array. So like it'll be the third one. So if the third one has a value, then you just print out the third one, kind of, if that makes sense. But yeah, my whole idea was just to be able to edit these. So you can um you can like edit these, and then it'll just readjust. I would probably need to do like a submit form. Now I'm thinking about it, it might be a little tough. Not tough, but I would just have to. I'd have to think further than that because it'd have to update everything. But from here, so if the person is, let's say they're not logged in, but they're at their cart and they want to check out, they'd probably click the checkout and it'd go to the invoice. But my plan is that the invoice would actually have a login checker. It's pretty much if there's like a username that has been logged in, pretty much. So if that invoice doesn't find a username in that session, ooh, I should have drew this. It should actually revert them to the login page. And yeah, so it'd be login page and they just go back to the products and go through it. But let's say they're logged in already and they press the checkout, then pretty much they just go to the invoice. That invoice will be generated. I kind of half-assed these numbers, but pretty much it'd be something like this. And then from there, I would probably just at the bottom either put it in the entire invoice or maybe have an option, but I'd probably just like honestly just keep it on the same thing. Like maybe like just right below the invoice in big words, just be like, "Thank you for your order, user." Um, and then just be like, your invoice has been sent to the email that's corresponded with the user." Um, yeah, just my only thing is I don't know if I will keep the use the email in the sessions or not. I don't really see the point. As long as I can, as long as I can find, as long as I have that username, I should be able to just find the email. But yeah. So yeah, that's like a 6 minute detail of what I'm trying to do. But so in terms of the actual cart data, the data and the data format, Professor Port told me to you should keep it clean. So, kind of like his example, I'm going to be using arrays based on the key. So, um, yeah, pretty much it'll be something like this. So session cart. So like let's say if a person puts in a value of 2 for the second shoe and press submit, basically the cart will get this value. So this means the second shoe in Jordans has a quantity value of 2. And then, so let's say they go to the Adidas page and on the second and fourth shoe, they just press, they put 1 and 1 for each. Then pretty much this would just take the, um, it'll just mean that the second and fourth shoe in the Adidas brand, that key, will have a value of 1 each. So 1 each. So pretty much, yeah, this is my entire goal, or not goal, but my plan. So pretty much the cart, because you can access the cart if there's nothing, it could just be like, oh, like you got to select some products or something like that. But um, yeah, that's just kind of my plan right now. I haven't really like even got started on this. I know I'm late, but yeah, this is what my plan is right now. So my I so that was how I was going to use sessions pretty much, right? The data, the type of data or the data format. So this is more towards like the security and stuff, but pretty much kind of like when I just explained. So before logging in, the user can view all the products display pages. They can view all the products that I have. Um, and then the moment quantities are submitted, they are stored in the cart. Um, and that's actually stored in the sessions. So from there, they don't really have to do anything. It'll just be submitted. And then after that, the user can still go to the cart and even access it and edit it. Um, so yeah, and then from there, if they do want to like just check out, like just straight through the cart, it would actually it would go to the invoice request, but because that invoice request will have a like a checker, like a username checker, if there's no username, then it'll just send them to the login. And then so yeah, once there's a login or registration, once there is a actual username in the session, which is yeah after a successful login, um, then that from that it'll send the user to the products display page. And then so now instead of just saying like oh hell or hello log in here or like yeah like that, it'll actually say like oh hi user like ITM352 and stuff and even an option to log out. Um, yeah, maybe with the logout I'll do like a delete, either like a destroy session maybe like that. That might be a good one. But anyways, from there, so yeah, so from there they're on a products display page, and now that they've logged in, everything has been, things have been customized. they would need to go to their cart again and press checkout. And then from the checkout, it'll go, yeah, once you click checkout, it'll go to the invoice page. And from there, hopefully, it'll create the invoice with all their products selected and mail it to the user's email account. Um, so in terms of possible like security concerns, honestly, I'm not. The only thing I know is if they had some kind of cookie, maybe yeah, I might have to use cookies to see what user and stuff. But I no, I gotta use cookies. Yeah. Um, I'm just not 100% um like knowledgeable on all the security stuff just right now. Um, and I'm not working with any partners, so I'm just gonna skip that. And so for the last question, um, pretty much my whole idea now is to just be a little bit more methodical. It's weird. Assignment 1 and 2, I really kind of just threw things together. I didn't really think about it. I just looked at small parts. Um, and I mean, there's assignment 2 was a pretty big one, and like I tried to. I mean, I did my best. Like I just tried to do as much as I can, and I think it went out. It turned out pretty fine. But yeah, yeah, just gonna be methodical by planning out steps, and also like trying to comment on everything as much as possible, just so that I can really kind of understand what's going on with all of my programming. So yeah, so that's what I'm planning on doing is to just really take it slow, but I got deadlines, yeah. So I can't take it too slow, but anyways, just for right now, so my current steps as of now is first I do need to create a home page and a products display page that is not only all linked together, but will show all the products based on the shoe brand. Um, yeah, I think the assignment 3 code examples might be good, but I don't think it matters too much anyways because I just think as long as the info can be sent to the session, I don't really see the point of having to like keep things in query strings, and it just might be too much. I could probably just reference things to pages. But yeah, and then from there, but yeah, we'll see. From there, I would also have to, so yeah, once all my products display pages stuff is done, I would need to use sessions to add those products into the cart. So kind of like the other example, I'd probably, yeah, just submit arrays for that key and update that in the cart. So the cart will probably just be all blanks anyway. So as long as you just fill out which one's there, I think I should be good. And yeah, I also would need to create a separate cart page as well because that is what I'm planning on doing. After that, I would have to use sessions to remember, who logged in and who registered. Um, Session ID or maybe, yeah, I don't know why I'm not using cookies too much. I don't think cookies are that. I don't know. And then after that, yeah, so from that, I would use those sessions to display the user in the GUI just so there's more personalization. And so once the person has so once those sessions is usable from the login or register page, we'll just have the invoice check for that. Maybe I should use cookies for that, but I don't know because if cookies, maybe if I do a logout, it could destroy cookies. Or actually, I could probably set a timer for the cookies as well, which might be a good idea. Like if it's logged in, yes, or something, logged in one. But anyways, yeah, the invoice will just check to see if whether the session. Ooh, yeah, I'm pretty sure if the invoice has like sessions data. Um, and yeah, and then it'll create an invoice with the items in the cart, and then from there, the last step would be to actually send the invoice to the user's email. Um, so yeah, so that's my checkpoint assignment number 3. Um, I will probably ask help from the professor again. It's just hard to really. It seems like a big step, and I already talked to him about it and trying to take things slow, but it just seems so daunting. Like, like I kind of get what I have to do, but it just seems so hard because like, not that there's no steps, but it just seems daunting. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll try to figure it out. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. Thank you for watching. You have a good one.